Welcome to Stupid Agnostic Comments Episode 1. This video series presents and addresses some truly amazing stupid comments by agnostics found on the internet. Sit back, put your feet up, and be prepared to lose a few brain cells. This week's reading is brought to you by Mr. Vivid Shadows. Check out his YouTube channel here, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe. And now on with the show.
You are the kind of atheist that I loathe. You act like you're better than a group of people because of you don't see any reason to believe in one. Why does that make you better? I have the same issue with stupid people, no matter what their views are on gods. To make my point more clear, you come from a stance of knowledge when you have very little. No one does. Not you, not me, not Muslims. Nope, I am not a Muslim. I am agnostic.
It amuses me that here I'm being criticized for the very same thing that I get typically harped on when I do a vegan video. Usually, when presenting my case for ethical veganism, I will get no less than a dozen irate meat eaters commenting on how I come off as pretentious, claiming to be morally superior to meat eaters. Yet nowhere in any of my videos do I ever present that case. Do I think I'm being more ethical by abstaining from an industry that lives off the suffering and death of other sentient beings? Yes. Do I think I'm being more rational for being skeptical of religious claims? Of course. Do I think that makes me automatically a better person than someone religious or someone who eats animals? Not necessarily. There is no defined set parameters that must be met for a person to be certified good, and so I'd rather speak to actions and categorize them in regards to their consequences. Is an action better, neutral, or worse for the sentient beings involved? Is it better to believe in things that have mountains of evidence supporting them, as are things discovered using the scientific method, or believe in a thing that cannot be determined to exist at all? As is always the case with religious and supernatural claims. When a person believes in verifiably true things, they are much more closely aligned with reality. Untruths can lead to misery, destruction, and conflict, all things any rational person would like to avoid. A person may argue, what's the harm if someone believes in a god or some other untestable and unverifiable thing? Well, firstly, if they vote or otherwise interact with others based upon their beliefs, they are affecting society as a whole. I don't want to live in a community where gay people are considered second-rate citizens worthy of stoning or having their freedoms impinged, or where women do not have the right to choose what they do with their own bodies. The anti-gay and anti-choice movements, just to name a few, are typically spearheaded by the religious, who claim ownership of being right because their dusty old religious books make outdated pronouncements not relevant to civilized 21st century society. People holding irrational religious views don't live in a bubble, and their beliefs have real-world consequences for all of us. Now to this YouTuber's assertion that nobody has much knowledge about anything. That may very well be true, but absolute certainty outside of esoteric labels and logical absolutes is an impossibility and is not required to make decisions and hold beliefs about the world we inhabit. We should strive to uncover justified true beliefs, which is a concept that states that in order to know that a given proposition is true, one must not only believe the relevant true proposition, but also have justification for doing so. I do not know for certain if a God exists, or that I'm not a brain in a vat. But since I do not have evidence to suggest that either case is true, I am not justified in believing either. Lastly, I feel the need to once again impress upon others some basic definitions so that they use terms correctly. Agnosticism, to not know, or Gnosticism, to know, is a statement of what you claim to know on a given subject matter. Atheism, disbelief, and theism, belief, is a statement of what you claim to believe in regards to the existence of a god. A person can be an agnostic atheist or Gnostic atheist, or an agnostic theist or Gnostic theist. I contend that no honest person can claim knowledge of a god, or knowledge that no gods exist, because neither is a defensible position. You may be able to rule out specific gods, those that are self-contradictory for instance, but as a whole, since we lack all knowledge and evidence, We cannot make a statement that some kind of God does or does not exist. Therefore, I am an agnostic atheist when it comes to the position on knowledge and belief regarding a God. I don't know if a God exists, and I lack a belief in one. If you identify yourself strictly as an agnostic, stop. You are misusing the term because it's not a neutral position between atheism and theism. Want to appear on an upcoming video? If you can record a video reading of a stupid comment or book passage, email me at TheVeganAtheist@hotmail.com. Looking for a great place to communicate with vegans, atheists, theists, and non-vegans from across the globe? Consider joining the Vegan Atheist Forum. Our growing community is always looking for new members with whom we can share our experiences, debate issues, discuss, and learn from each other. Join the conversation at theveganatheist.com/forum.